everyone, Scrappy Kathy. Welcome to day 20 of Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And I'm combining this challenge with CSI case file number 325, where I'm drawing my kind of theme inspiration from. And I'm also doing it for the load prompt on the 18th. So this layout will go into the private load gallery on the 18th in order to meet the deadline, but the video won't be published and I won't post it around anywhere else like Instagram or Facebook until the 20th. But the reason I wanted to film this is because I've had a lot of people ask me about the things I do about scanning mixed media pieces and then filtering them and printing them and so forth. So I'll kind of give you that. It's going to be a very short video because I'm not going to put the title on until off camera, and you'll kind of see it's not going to have a whole lot of embellishments. So the theme that I'm getting from this pen that CSI put, which is the pen that I'm using, it's an American flag and kind of 4th of July, bicycle, kids, and so forth. I'm taking nothing from the color scheme, but I'm just picking that whole 4th of July themed idea. And the color for load on the 18th is Indigo. And this is a photo of my original mixed media art done with Ken Oliver's ColorBursts, and it was a galaxy print that we were trying to do. I did several. I think I did 8, and I have a photograph of those 8. I later made them into card bases, and I have since sent them on, but I did photograph them all out on the table. So the photos aren't particularly high resolution, and that's okay, but I just wanted you to see what my original piece of art looked like before I did any filtering. So this was kind of it. There are a lot of kind of white spaces showing through. Some of my other pieces that I did were more solid, but I kind of liked this one because I'm doing a night sky, and it could be Milky Way, or I don't know. It just kind of looks appropriate for a night sky. So I ran that through a filter in my Prisma app and got this version of it. And I've printed this one to be the kind of the background. I'm going to do it all on a piece of black cardstock, and I'm going to mount this with a white frame. And then I've got this photo of Ava at her first fireworks show in 2010. She was 2. She had just turned 2. And this was the only photo that I had I had many photos of us holding her and her pointing up to the fireworks in the sky, but none of those had actual fireworks in the sky that you could see. This one did. So I'm gonna cut that out, again with the white frame, and put it kind of right in here, because the colors that I maybe least want to emphasize would be this kind of bright orange and red. And as you can see, it really picked up on that filter really picked up on those tones in my original. And you're probably asking why I didn't use my original. I kind of like the pumped up colors here, and I feel like somewhere in here is my color Indigo that I wanted to use for load, and the story prompt was to scrap about something you do at night, and obviously watching fireworks is something you do at night. So you're probably wondering why I printed another piece of this, and that's so that I can punch embellishments. And my only embellishments on here are going to be these. This is really a flower center punch, but it kind of looks like fireworks. So, and my title's going to be fireworks written in this small white font, and then the word on with these little shiny things coming on. So fireworks on. So that's my that's my plan. So let me cut this and back it on some, I just kind of wanted you to see, I printed it in a size that I thought would be a nice background. It's about 5 by 8, I think. And I wanted it to be not the entire background, but a significant, I wanted it to really stand out and show. That's another reason I use my original. My original I don't think would show up as well on a black background. And I'll show you, I'll give you an example. See there, it's nice enough, but I think this one is going to look better. Okay, so now let's do this. But I am gonna I'm gonna punch embellishments out of this because it has different colors, and because I printed it on glossy paper, those embellishments will look a little bit different from the others. Another thing I'm going to use is this gold color shine and this white white linen ink spray from Dilutions. So I'm going to put those aside, and I'll do one thing at a time here. I just got a notice that my subscription for my ink refill has been shipped. So, yay, because I'm running out of this, and the other ink, I don't mean ink, I meant adhesive. The other adhesives I have are just not what I prefer to use. This is a really, really thick, heavy cardstock I'm using here. It's almost too thick to use as card base, which is kind of what I buy white cardstock for. I thought I would do this either down here, because I kind of want the night sky with those explodey looking things there, or here. She's looking, let's go by what's on the photo. Let's let the photo be our guide. And do I want it above or below? Let's see. She's kind of looking, at the time that I captured her face, she was looking at some fireworks that were down around here and not up at these. These were older fireworks. The newer ones were here, just out of camera range, of course. And so, let's see what we've got here. I'd hate to get down to the point where, let's see, it won't go that way. Let's see. That works. I kind of want this one to be minimalist in terms of, you know, stickers or flowers or other kinds of embellishments or even paper, because I want the idea of fireworks to kind of be the focus. So if I do that right there. These colors kind of tend to appear to be exploding into there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of put it dead center, but a little up towards the top. And, you know, why don't I do this? I've been thinking of it, you know, right side up, if you will, the way the photo was taken, but I'm kind of liking it. I didn't have that quite dead center. Let me do this and see if I can that's not quite right. There's 12, and I should be 1 inch over. No, never mind. I'm fussing about this a little bit more than usual because there won't be the opportunity to is that right? You know what? I'm going to turn it back over and I'm going to put it at the bottom. Just because I like the idea that these colors match, and I think that's fun. Okay, foam on here. I promise this one will go quickly. Because adhesive really sticks to photo paper, I want to be sure that I have it. I think this leads your eye to her little face, and these colors kind of seem to be an offshoot of those. And so I kind of like that idea. Okay, now I'm going to cover up the photo, but not the background there. And we'll see. Okay. It'll be up there, and then I'll do some gold. And I really don't want to cover up much besides the photo. Well, okay. Let me do that. And here. Okay. Now, I'll lift that up carefully, and I'm going to make the embellishments now. I'm gonna punch out of this colorful part. Look at that, how pretty that is. And I'm not going to adhere those on camera. I'll do that off camera, but I'll place them and kind of show you where I'm making some color decisions. Let's see. I have wanted to do, ever since I created that galaxy background in that class, I have wanted to do a 4th of July page with it, and this is the first time I've actually done it. So aren't these things coming out cute? Okay. This is one of my older punches, and it tends to, sometimes it likes to hang on to things. And I'm punching this out of photo paper, so it's a little, there's that ultramarine blue that is one of the components of the color indigo in today's LOAD prompt. So there we go. Now I'm going to go to particularly this really dark kind of purple color. It's really not liking that. That may not be doable. Okay. The thick, okay, that's beautiful. I'm gonna actually stand up to do the rest of this punching because this thick glossy paper is a little hard for it to punch. Ooh, that's a nice color. And these bits that are being punched out of the original just have just a different tone to them, and I think because they're glossy and just have that difference, they're gonna look really nice on the page, and I can use some of those actually on the page there. So let's see, I'm not sure if all of that gold is dry, and I'm not gonna roll a paper towel over it, but I'll show you how I plan to do this. This bright yellow one is one that I thought might look nice either on this dark blue part or on the black, or bridging from one to the other. So I'm going to kind of curl it up and sort of just drop it on there, and then barely put it down because I want it to kind of be popping up, but it's not, the center isn't really big enough for me to do a piece of foam. But I can get some of that same dimension by curling the edges up. This purple kind of looks nice there. This one is almost black looking, but it has what I think is probably the truest indigo. And I'm going to put it got punched. It's the first one I punched when I was probably looking. Ooh, it fell, and there's no way I'm getting it up. But it's okay. That's kind of where I was thinking I'd put it. This one has some orange in it. I thought it might be nice out in the field here, and I'm gonna do a kind of a cluster of them. I like this one that has some of the pretty red. Let me barely touch that. I'll touch that one. Make sure it made contact. And this pink is kind of pretty. It kind of picks up from right in here, and I love that. Okay, let's see. I've got this one that could go there, and this one that can go here. Whoops. Touch that down. As you can see, this is really just, there are no hard and fast rules here. I'm kind of going with my gut as I pick something up. I had thought about grouping colors in some fashion, and I think overthinking the colors might not serve my purpose. Okay, I really like this bright blue, and I think it looks nice over here adjacent to that orange. So that is a color decision that I'm choosing to make. This one is kind of, I'm putting it over the same set of colors, so I may actually put it down here. It's overlapping. If I put it anywhere around here, or kind of out here, it would overlap itself. So I'm going to kind of go with that overlapping itself and do a cluster over here with this one kind of out in the field. Okay, so right now I've just got the title to put across here, and I really want to make sure the glue is dry on all of these little fireworks bursts, and it's gonna say fireworks, and then the word, let's see, where did it go? Oh, here we go. On is going to, the fireworks are going to be up above this background, and then on is going to be kind of right in here where it'll contrast. It'll be halfway off the background and halfway on, and these little bursty things will be on there. So in fact, let me go ahead and put that part on. The fireworks may be kind of painful to for anybody to watch, so I'm going to do this like that. And this kind of really, the gold color shine really looks cool. Let's go ahead and do fireworks, right? Now I'm going to do that off camera. I really don't want to peel all those up because I have to do some surgery to make some P's into R's. I don't have any R's in here. So I don't want you to have to sit through that. So I will probably do some journaling down here in a white pen with the date. Let me just, I can do that now. It's gonna say July 4th. My pen is running out of ink, so I'll pull up a new one. This is Ava's first fireworks show, and let me just write Jackson. Ava's grandfather on her mom's side was mayor of the town, the little town of Jackson, Georgia. And he put on this fireworks show every year, so we had like really good seats. And she got to take a ride in the golf cart that was, well, first of all, she just sat and pretended to drive the golf cart, but then when they needed to deliver something to another part of the fairgrounds where we were, they let her take a ride in it, so she was thrilled. This was a good night for her. Okay, so, and it's summer in the South, so it didn't get dark till way past her bedtime, and we didn't expect her to be in nearly as good a mood as she was. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you get inspired maybe to photograph I scanned this on a scanner, but you can photograph it with your phone, any of your mixed media pieces that you do in your art journals or just experimentally, and then you can filter them and you know, alter them in any kind of ways, and then print them as backgrounds or make embellishments out of them for your layouts. So again, this does off the board for pineapple papers, and this is the pen from the board that I'm using. It's also solving case number 325 for CSI, which stands for Color Stories Inspiration. It's a Facebook group with challenges, 3 challenges every month. And it's today's load prompt for the 18th. You won't see this till the 20th, but they'll get to see this finished layout before then. Thank you again for watching. See you tomorrow for another Off the Board.